Alright, it was not easy, but the market finally triggered its bearish reversal pattern with the main indices and many other stocks losing important support levels, as you will see in this video, which could kick off a sharper correction ahead. So let's see what's going on over here. Welcome to the Finance Hydra channel. My name is Nathan, professional trader, founder of the 5% Project, which is here to help you boost your performance and teach you how to make consistent profits on the market. Our signals and strategies are so good that you have 7 days for free just to know our service, no strings attached. Dozens of traders already benefit from our services. You will be next. So just join the 5% Project over here. The QR code's right here, link in the fixed comment below. Now, as we can see here, SPY is simply collapsing this week, minus 1.60% the time I'm recording this video right here, right now, making a very strong bearish candlestick pattern on the weekly chart, losing the previous support level. I'm so sorry, the previous top level, the previous resistance area, which did act as a top level 1, 2, 3 times over here in the past, and right now, SPY is losing this key point, this support area, meaning that this reaction over here, this reaction is possibly a false breakout and a bull trap. What's more, in addition to all of this, by closing below the $524, we have no other meaningful support levels other than the 21 EMA on the weekly chart over here. Of course, on the weekly chart, on the daily chart, there are other support levels, but on the weekly chart, only the 21 EMA remains over here, the exponential moving average. Now, look at this reaction over here, these 3 candlestick patterns, a bullish one, a doji candlestick pattern, which means stabilization, followed by a bearish candlestick pattern. Memorize this pattern over here. A bullish one, a doji, a bearish one. Memorize it. Let's take a look at the patternsite.com over here. As you see, look at this. Evening doji star. Theoretical performance. Bearish reversal. Tested performance, bearish reversal 71% of the time. So it is, from a technical point of view, a statistically reliable bearish candlestick pattern to work with, suggesting that yes, SPY could easily correct a little bit more for the next couple of weeks. The QQQ shares a similar chart structure. We don't see an evening doji star, but we see a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern losing the $448, suggesting that tech stocks could correct a little bit more. When we analyze the daily chart over here, we are losing the 448, we are losing the 21 EMA, so right now we are entering bearish territory, just like the SPY over here. By losing the 21 EMA, we are entering bearish territory again, triggering a sharper correction. Now, by entering a bearish territory on the daily chart means that we are making a mid-term pullback. We are turning bearish mid-term speaking, but we are not necessarily turning bearish on the weekly chart. We are making a pullback. Remember, pullbacks and reversals are two different things, all right? Although I do believe that a pullback is quite possible over here, I don't see a meaningful, catastrophic, bearish reversal chart structure on the weekly chart yet, suggesting long-term bearishness, all right? So far, we only see bullish signals, but I do agree that this false breakout of this top signal and this evening star doji candlestick pattern is a quite problematic reaction, and I do believe that a pullback is quite plausible, and honestly a pullback over here in this right here right now at this point would be quite interesting for many stocks, as we're gonna see right now. When we analyze the Magnificent 7, we see that they're all down today, all right? Especially Microsoft and Amazon, which are dropping more than 2%. When we look at Microsoft, for instance, we see a quite intense bearish reaction just after it found a resistance level over here at 430 around the all-time high area, suggesting a possible double top chart pattern. All right, it was not triggered yet, but if Microsoft triggers this double top chart pattern on the weekly chart, then okay, probably it is going to turn bearish long-term speaking. Apple is also trying to make a bearish reaction today. We are far from the all-time high, but we are showing a lot of weakness over here at this point. Nvidia, the best stock ever, is making a top signal this week. Of course, only a single candlestick pattern doesn't mean too much, all right? Because we saw top signals over here for this one on May 30 last year, 1 year ago, right? May 30, 2023. This was a top signal as well. However, this top signal was not triggered. So if Nvidia triggers this top signal on the weekly chart, then okay, we can work with a sharper pullback over here, maybe even to the $974 again, the previous top level, the previous all-time high, which is supposed to be another support level. Regarding Nvidia, since Nvidia is extremely bullish, there are many support levels to work with. For instance, we see this open gap over here, $1,064. We see another support at $10.15 over here, another gap at $960. Of course, there is also the $974, the previous all-time high, and there is, in addition to all of these support levels, we see the 21 EMA on the daily chart as well. So there are many support levels in this case. In this particular, especially on Nvidia, if we see any pullback and if we see any bullish reaction suggesting a possible bottom signal around any of these support levels, it will be probably another buying opportunity. Nvidia shares are going to split 10 per 1 June 10 over here, so let's be aware of this fact. Now, Amazon is just collapsing, right? Amazon is right now already in bearish territory. We don't see any bottom signal as well. We are already the 21 EMA on the weekly chart over here. If we lose this key point, well, I do believe the 165 is gonna be our next technical target. Google is also triggering what seems to be a morning star, an evening star as well, all right? It is not as powerful as the one seen on SPY, but guys, either way, we see a possible top signal on Google as well, suggesting a possible pullback to the 21 EMA on the weekly chart. Meta is on the verge of collapsing. We see a possible head and shoulders chart pattern over here, all right? It is like a head and shoulders triple top chart pattern. It doesn't matter. Either way, we see a crystal clear bearish reversal structure over here right when the 21 EMA on the daily chart is totally flat, all right? Right when we are inside this congestion over here. And if you ask me, this reaction reflects what we see on Tesla as well, because Tesla is also making a possible head and shoulders chart pattern over here, a small one, all right? A small head and shoulders chart pattern suggesting more bearishness. Of course, unlike Meta, Tesla is still in bullish territory. We are still, I'm not saying that Tesla is incredibly bullish. I'm saying that it is in bullish territory, all right? We are above the 21 EMA, and so far, we don't see a crystal clear lower high, lower low. We see, in fact, a higher low, all right? But we don't see a higher high yet. So we are just inside this congestion, which kind of looks like a head and shoulders chart pattern. If we see the indices confirming their top signals, if we see SPY, QQQ dropping on the weekly chart next week, then probably most likely Tesla will follow the bearish sentiment. So this is why it is so important for us to keep our eyes open on the indices, especially on the QQQ. I know Tesla has been quite detached from the indices a few times over here, but if the broad market starts collapsing, Tesla will hardly it is going to actually turn bullish again, all right? This is going to be very, very difficult for Tesla. In the best case scenario, if the broad market actually turns bearish, Tesla will just keep moving sideways over here, all right? Between its most important resistance and support levels, which are the 186 and the 167 over here, all right? As long as we don't see a crystal clear breakout, well, Tesla will just remain inside this congestion. And this is why it is so important for you to subscribe to this channel, because here I'm gonna keep you guys updated every single day on Tesla, Nvidia, SPY, QQQ, the indices, and many other stocks, so consider subscribing, click the like button, and join the 5% project right now for premium insights, analysis, and signals on many stocks. Join the 5% project. See you guys next week. Thank you very much for your audience. Bye bye.